Good morning, everyone. Straydog Bill Arnold, aka Straydog Billy, here again today, doing song number 1228 and 1228 days in a row. We started doing one song every day on August 7th of 2020, and here we are 1228 days later, more than 3 years now, doing another one. We're going to keep on doing one song every day, posting it on my Straydog Billy YouTube channel and on my straydogbilly.com website, where you can see all 65 plus songs that we do. And we're going to keep doing one song a day until homeless dogs and cats are no longer killed, euthanized in the kill shelters across our country, because when they run out of space, there is nothing else they can do. We understand that. They have to start killing, euthanizing the poor dogs and cats who have been there the longest, who haven't been adopted yet, to make room for incoming rescues. This is a terrible tragedy. We as a society are allowing it to happen. We're killing every day now. Not no-kill dog shelters, but in all the kill shelters, there's nothing else they can do. That's all the funding they have. They've got to get rid of the excess, and they do it, and it's over 1,000 a day still. 1,000 a day. I have to keep repeating this because every time I mention this to anybody at Walmart or in any store or people on the street or neighbors, they can't believe it. 1,000 a day? Oh, that's terrible. Well, just back in 2011, it was 7,000 per day. And back in 1970, believe it or not, 41,000 dogs and cats on the average were killed every day. On the average, 41,000 per day, over 15 million that year. Terrible tragedy. Now we've got it down to 1,000 a day now. That's still way too much. How do you get it down to zero? Spay and neuter. That's what we've been trying to do all these years, and we've got it down now to 1,000 a day. If everybody will get on board and spay and neuter their pets, this horrible problem will end. We can only let conception in the dog and cat world, we're only talking about the dog and cat world, only allow conception to happen when we guarantee that we'll take care of every one of the offspring, every dog or kitten in the litter, every puppy or kitten in the litter that is born. We'll take care of it for the rest of its life. That's what we've got to get to, and we can do that if we do not produce too many. And that's what we've got to get to. Good morning, ERIN. Now, we're going to do today, this is a song written by Tim Hardin back in the 70s. It's called Reason to Believe. Rod Stewart had a big hit of it. And so here we go. Reason to Believe. If I listen long enough to you, I'd find a way to believe that it's all true. Knowing that you lie straight-faced while I cry, still I look to find a reason to believe. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give everything about myself. If I let you try to change my mind, I'd find a way just to leave the past behind. reason to believe. Yeah, neat song. Tim Hardin wrote that song back in the 70s. Okay, please everybody, spay and neuter your pets. That's number one. Adopt from a shelter to try to save as many of these precious animals as we can before they are euthanized. And also, please, ERIN's mother and I started this shelter, Straydog, back in 1994. We became a Texas nonprofit corporation in '97, and that led to applying for and receiving from the IRS 501c3 tax-exempt status, and that makes all donations, all contributions to the shelter tax deductible to the fullest extent of the law. You can go online at straydog.org and make a tax deductible donation if you could, please. Unfortunately, Pat Arnold, the real founder of our shelter, ERIN's mom, passed on over 20 years ago now. In 2003, she was just out taking care of the dogs one day, and she suffered a brain aneurysm, and you don't even know those things are coming, and she passed on the next day. We're now being led by my second wife, Juana Vasquez Arnold, who had worked for Pat in the earlier years, and Pat had always said she was the best employee she ever had and learned how to do the medicines, but she had to leave the shelter for a while, and after Pat passed on, Juana came back and we started working together for the next few years, and then we got married back in 2006. We really did a good job at the shelter. Now, Juana's still running the shelter today. She's still she's on the board of directors. She's the shelter director, taking care of all the things that are going on at the shelter. ERIN and I are doing these daily songs every day now, so that's our job. Let's talk a little bit about what we do, why it costs so much. If you could make a donation to Straydog, because it costs a lot more money to run a shelter, a no-kill dog shelter, because we're number one, we go on adoption days every week to try to adopt out as many as we can, so many dogs as we can, once in a while cats, in order to be able to take in more rescues. And then what else do we do, ERIN?
Complete medical care, so very important.
Yeah, and we do get a 25% discount from Athens Veterinary Medical Center, which is really great. They've been with us for years and years, back when they were aborting small animal clinic also. And so they're helping us out with a good discount, but it still costs a lot of money, as you can imagine. We've got 160 dogs, and if you've got even a couple of pets, you know that every time you go to the vet, it costs a lot of money. And so what else we have at Straydog now?
Well, the 2 nutritious meals daily, plus the treats and the third meals.
One at 6 a.m. There's a meal at 6 a.m. That's when the day starts at Straydog, and the overnight person prepares all the dishes, so the feeders just go in, and when they get there at 6 a.m. and they start feeding, and the dogs are all awake and they're looking forward to their nutritious meals. And then there's one later in the afternoon. This is one thing that Pat Arnold always wanted to have, is something for the dogs to look forward to. That's why we feed twice rather than just once. What else do we have at Straydog?
Well, the park time walks, that's very fun.
Yeah, in fact, Pat Arnold built the first, ERIN's mom built the first park back in '87. It's a huge area that she had enclosed with a fence, and with the gates on it in different places. And very important, the dogs love to go to the park. They wait every day. We have dog walkers that take them one at a time, or 2 at a time. There's usually 2 dogs per kennel, and they go to the park and they sniff around. They do their business sometimes, and they just love going to the park. And some of them play ball, and so they really enjoy that. And then what else we have?
The kennel crew, we clean up after the meals, and then also fill in the holes and check the fences.
Yeah, they do all that, and so there's no odor at Straydog too. Everybody who visits always mentions that. Wow, there's no odor. You would expect that there'd be odor at a dog shelter, but there's not, because we pick up the poop all the time. And what else we have? Caregiving rounds.
Yep, caregiving rounds are really important, and the dogs love to talk to to have the people talk to them and play with them and check them out. And
yeah, the caregivers that go into each and every kennel and rub their tummies. So they really enjoy that. Give them treats too, right?
Treats, yeah.
And then we also have 24/7 coverage at Stray Dog. There's somebody there all the time. In fact, the overnight person prepares the meals in the morning. So please check out, make a donation if you could to Stray Dog at straydog.org. And check out, go to About Us if you could. And there's a video that we did about 5 years ago that I helped do and did the narration of. And you go to About Us and click on our story, and then the first paragraph is the history of 1994, and then the other years are beyond that. And if you click on the word "here" at the end of the first paragraph, and there's a video that I helped make, did the narration for at the beginning of it, and it has drone shots. The gentleman who produced the video for us, for free, helped us out tremendously at Stray Dog doing this. He has drones and he does drone shots so you get to see the entire shelter. And there are clips from Pat Arnold's 1998 video that she made way back then that shows her carrying the bowls. And again, nowadays the feeders have tremendously high bowls compared to what Pat was doing in those days. Back then we only had about 30 dogs, something like that, at the shelter in 1998. Okay, so we will please make a donation to Stray Dog if you could, and we'll be back again tomorrow with another video from Straydog Billy and ERIN.